Welcome to this golf cast series, Beyond the Green and Glass, Golf and Whiskey Tales.
Let's talk about this iconic and resilient American whiskey brand. It's time for the rest of the pour. This name has become synonymous with bourbon. It's a brand that has endured for over 2 centuries, weathering wars and the Great Depression. But behind every bottle lies a story of resilience, family legacy, and an unexpected turn that ensured its survival. And now, the rest of the pour. Our story begins in 1795, when Jacob, a German immigrant, sold his first barrel of corn whiskey. He used a family recipe that had been passed down through generations. The whiskey, known as Old Jake Sour Mash, quickly gained a reputation for its quality. Jacob's son, David, expanded the operation, moving it to Nelson County, Kentucky, and setting the stage for what would become a bourbon dynasty. This family continued to grow their business through the 19th century. By the time Colonel James Beauregard, better known as Jim, took over in the early 20th century, the brand was thriving. But Jim's tenure would be marked by one of the most challenging periods in American history. In 1920, Prohibition hit the United States, forcing all legal distilleries to shut down. For 13 long years, the production and sale of alcoholic beverages were prohibited. Many distilleries never reopened, but Jim was determined to keep the family legacy alive. He turned to other ventures, including running a limestone quarry and a citrus grove in Florida, waiting for the day when he could once again produce bourbon. When Prohibition was finally repealed in 1933, Jim, at the age of 69, rebuilt the distillery by hand with the help of his family. They worked tirelessly, and within 120 days, the distillery was up and running. Jim's bourbon was back on the market, and the brand quickly regained its reputation for quality and consistency. Have you all figured out whom we are talking about? That is right, is Jim Beam. The resilience of the Beam family didn't end with Jim. His grandson, Booker No, became the master distiller and introduced the world to small batch bourbons, including Knob Creek and Booker's, further cementing the brand's place in bourbon history. Today, Fred No, the 7th generation of the Beam family, carries on the legacy, ensuring that Jim Beam remains a symbol of American craftsmanship. Jim Beam's commitment to quality and innovation has allowed the brand to thrive for over 2 centuries. From the humble beginnings of Jacob Beam to the modern-day global brand, the Beam family's dedication to their craft has never wavered. Through wars, hardships, and the dark days of Prohibition, Jim Beam bourbon has endured. Fred No said, "Our family has always believed in making the best bourbon we can. It's not just about a product. It's about honoring the tradition and the hard work of those who came before us. We're proud to carry on that legacy." So, the next time you enjoy a glass of Jim Beam, remember the story of a family that refused to give up, that rebuilt from the ashes of Prohibition, and that has continued to produce bourbon of exceptional quality for over 225 years. A story of resilience, tradition, and unwavering dedication. And now you know the rest of the pour.